Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Tyler here with the San Francisco Breakdown, and today we are going to be talking about the San Francisco 49ers win over the Seattle Seahawks 26-21. As you can see, Jeff the Lefty in the chat, great Niners win. I mean, this is probably, one of the best wins for the season for the San Francisco 49ers. George Kittle was a beast. We were able to stop Marshawn Lynch for the most part to really go on any big runs. We kept Russell Wilson in the fourth quarter from, making any big plays that, to bring them back. We stopped them at the goal line at the end there. This is the Sacktown Breakdown. This is Sacktown Breakdown, not San Francisco 49ers Breakdown. And we lost. We lost today again. Got destroyed by the Nuggets. So, let's talk about it, I guess. I mean, it wasn't really much of a destruction. It was at times, but it wasn't terrible. Wasn't great either. So, let's just talk about it. My notes are a little off tonight because I was trying to, the first half, I was trying to eat dinner, watch the Niners game, and watch the Kings game, and take notes on the Kings game. So, I was doing 4 things at once. And I was spread a little thin, but I didn't want to get this review late. As soon as the Niners game ended, I came in here and got set up for the review. So, here we go. It's time to review this game. Let's do it. Michael Porter Jr. got his first start of his career tonight. And, as far as Kings fans feeling bad that we didn't draft Luka Doncic, Michael Porter Jr. was another guy that was up there for us to draft. And we took, I believe that was De'Aaron Fox's draft, right? So, I mean, it's not like we feel too bad about that, But it's like, man, another guy the Kings were looking at, we got torched by him tonight. Michael Porter Jr. was having a fantastic game. Bielitsa had... Jeff the Lefty says, call me Jeff. Nice to see Giles get quality minutes. Yes, sir, it is. It is nice to see him get quality minutes. I will get to that as soon as I start talking about the second quarter because we did give him some minutes, and I was very happy about it. So let's just continue here. Bielitsa had a 2-point shot that he made early in the first quarter. Holmes had a dunk, which is a pass from Bielitsa. Fox to Holmes, another score. Fox off to great start. Man, I can't read my own writing sometimes. The ball was moving well. Holmes is hitting his little push shot. Buddy with a layup. Buddy with a 3. Score was 28-26 at the end of the first quarter. And Harry Giles sighting, like Jeff said. Giles made a nice pass right when he got in there. And Grant's like, oh! Grant was freaking out. You know how Grant is. Ariza, he had a little mess up, though. We were swinging the ball around. Like I said, nice ball movement. Ariza got the ball, should have shot it, didn't shoot it, hesitated, passed. 24-second violation. Ariza knew it was his fault, though. Giles with a nice touch pass to Ariza a little later for a 3, which was beautiful. I mean, Giles literally was like, he just passed that thing like so quick, like a beast. Right to Ariza in the corner for 3. Giles had a nice little jumper. Giles to Bogdanovich for 3. Buddy to Giles, alley-oop. If you've noticed this, Goatman Sam, what's going on? If you notice this, let's just do something here. Let me real quick go through my review of the Suns game. I'm gonna count how many times I noted an assist in this review of the Suns game. See, here's we see ball movement, Kings, Kojo, bogey turnover, Bogey sneaks, Ricky Rubio. So far through the first quarter of Acco6288, what's going on? Hey bro, who's your favorite Kings player of all time? That's tough. I mean, Jason Williams is up there. Jason Williams, Mitch Richmond, and Boogie are all up there. Like, I love Jason Williams' style, how he played. In terms of, like, you know, he is not the most winningest or most successful or, you know, old time. I just love, I could probably watch the most Jason Williams highlights just because who can't watch Jason Williams highlights? Everybody loves white chocolate. Mitch Richmond, though, he's definitely an all-time great that's underrated. And Boogie's, you know, Boogie was a fantastic talent, but we all know that story. But, I mean, even Paige is up there, though, and Mike Bibby. Those probably like my top 5. I would have to really sit down and think about that. But White Chocolate, Mitch Richmond, and Boogie are the 3 that come to mind, like, immediately. Oh, Boogie. Well, Boogie Cousins essentially was a hothead. He could put up all the stats, but he could never win when it mattered. And or his teams would never win. A lot of time, I would say it wasn't DeMarcus's fault. He never really got injured his whole career when he was with the Kings. He only got sick once with meningitis, I think. Other than that, he was always healthy. We just couldn't put a good team around him. And he wasn't the kind of guy that could, like, even carry his team to the playoffs. Like, Anthony Davis was at least kind of able to carry the Pelicans to the playoffs a season or two. DeMarcus could never even do that, and we traded him, and now he's been injured ever since. And he's been a hothead, and he's had some legal troubles. He's always a hothead with the Kings. I personally always defended him up until he was gone, and I was pissed that we traded him. Obviously, looking back, it was the best thing for us. I was just kind of in denial. But, yeah, that's the story of DeMarcus Cousins. He basically could never carry us to a win, although he could put up monster stats. And he just... I mean, he really... The only part of his career that mattered was with the Kings, because the Pelicans, he got injured. Warriors, he was never that great. And the Lakers, he's not even played a game yet. So, anyways. The point being is, I have, like, no notes from the Suns game where I mentioned Billy scores on Baines. I don't mention an assist, really, here ever. Now, if we fast forward to tonight's notes, right away on the first page, we got Holmes, assist from Bielitsa, Fox to Holmes. We got Giles with a nice pass. Giles pass to Ariza. Giles to Bowie. Buddy to Giles. I mean, we were moving the ball around tonight. And it was beautiful to see us. Like, this is like the most Kingsy, like, not Kingsy, because Kingsy normally means bad. But this was the most, like, in terms of that when the Kings have played good in the last 2 years, they looked more like that tonight than they did the last, like, 5 games. So, I'm already in the third quarter, like I said, between dinner, watching the Kings game, trying to take notes, and watch the Niners game. My notes were a little rough tonight, but, hey, I got your review regardless. 2 turnovers immediately to start the third quarter. It was awful. I was like, really? Are you serious? Bielitsa drew a foul, though. Jamal Murray for 3. Harrison Barnes made a 3. Jokic scores on a double behind the back. Like, he went double behind the back this way, dribble behind the back this way, dribble. It was like, ooh, Jokic. And don't get me wrong. I think Jokic is an athletic, overrated, fat slob. I can't stand Nikola Jokic, but that was nice. I hope there's some Nuggets fans watching the video because I can't wait to argue with you guys in the comments because that's what you did the first Nuggets video. Then when we beat the Nuggets, there was no Nuggets fans in the comments defending Jokic, even though I was calling him a fat slob, and I even called Nuggets fans fat slobs. But now the Nuggets beat the Kings. Are you going to come back just because they won? Because you weren't there when we won. Just want to know where the Nuggets fans at. You see Jokic double behind the back, but then Buddy scores. Kings 19 assists about halfway through the third quarter. The score 76-71. Kings have 19 assists. Buddy had 6 of them. Buddy with an air ball 3 though. Jokic made a bad pass. Corey Joseph, nice layup. Reverse pivot, a little nice reverse pivot layup, and then Giles with a floater. Fourth quarter, beautiful move to the basket. I said beautiful move to the basket, but I didn't say who it was by in my notes. I'm trying to think. I think it was Fox. Bogdanovich with a turnover. Monty Morris started balling a little bit though. He had a a nice, I think, like a little layup where he drove to the basket, gathered the thing, and just put it up. And then he hit a three a little later. Fox with the air ball corner three, which is pretty ugly. Beasley got to the basket. Malik Beasley's getting to the basket pretty much like it was nothing. Holmes with a nice dunk. Holmes had 18 points at this point in the game. Michael Porter Jr. for three, and Michael Porter Jr. for three, and he had a nice putback. Jeff says, watching the Nuggets thread, they had a lot of good things to say about the Kings. Yeah, they probably did. I just like picking. I think Nikola Jokic is an overrated player. It's my opinion, and I like the fact that I was able to ruffle some feathers with the Nuggets fans. So it's just gonna be my gimmick forever now. I'm just gonna try to get him. I don't care if Jokic retired tomorrow. I would still use Jokic to try to get under their skin just because I'm a jerk. Plumlee draws a foul. He gets free throws. Fox to Giles dunk. Giles draws a foul on Michael Porter Jr., which was nice. He was able to do that. Michael Porter Jr. air ball. Bielitsa for three. Buddy with a layup. Michael Malone called timeout here because the Kings were getting some momentum. Nikola Jokic push off, not called. Ridiculous. That should have been a push off foul on Nikola the Fat Slob Jokic. Bogdanovic makes a three. Buddy drives to the basket for a layup. Fox with an offensive foul. Bielitsa makes a three a little later. Bielitsa fouls Jerry Grant. Bielitsa and Buddy back-to-back missed bricked threes. And at this point, it was looking not good for the Kings. And really, Buddy had a foul on Murray. That was not a foul as far as I'm concerned, but I see where they called it. It was reviewed, and it stayed as a foul. Fox with a nice floater, though, off a home screen. Fox to Buddy for three. Jokic with the fadeaway. Bielitsa for three. Kings couldn't get out of their own way at the end there. They couldn't. It was just like another game where it got to the end and they didn't really know what to do. And they couldn't close it out. And they couldn't get the lead. So, I mean, really, what are you going to do? It's just they're on a 7-game losing streak now. Let's go check the box score. Fancy transition. Woo! Wow, isn't that amazing? Okay, here we go. Box score. Bielitsa 10 of 13 shooting, 5 of 7 from 3, 27 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a block. Pretty good game from Bielitsa, all things considered. Sean Holmes 18 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, no blocks. As far as I'm concerned, you got to see Rashawn Holmes getting at least 2 blocks a game, in my opinion. You can see him really get. I mean, Rashawn Holmes is playing good. He's been our best player this year by far. But I'd like to see Rashawn Holmes, get a couple more blocks in his stat sheet. 6 points from Harrison Barnes, 2 of 5 shooting, 1 of 1 from 3, 3 rebounds. You got to get more scoring out of your small forward. De'Aaron Fox, 18 points, 13 assists, 7 of 12 shooting. No, didn't make any threes. 4 of 4 from the free throw line, though. I mean, De'Aaron Fox overall had a pretty good game for someone that's been in and out of the lineup because of injuries, and probably doesn't have his feet under him quite yet. Good game for him. Buddy Hield 20 points, 8 of 18 shooting, so he's a little inefficient there. 3 of 9 from 3. Would like to see that maybe 5 of 9 from 3. 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. Buddy and De'Aaron Fox played all right. If you would have had a little more production from Barnes and maybe more production from Bogdanovic, we probably could have got the W, but we didn't. Giles with 11 points. 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. Giles, for the limited minutes that he plays, he does a lot with it normally. And it's like, man, why doesn't this man play more? It's just it's annoying that he's not getting these minutes. It seems like the Kings are giving up on him. 6 points here for Trevor Ariza. 2 of 6 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3. Not much shown from Trevor Ariza there. I gotta yawn. Hold on. Okay, 2 points from Corey Joseph off the bench. Only played 18 minutes. Which he should have had a little more production than that, I feel like. And then Bogdanovic, 2 of 8 shooting, 2 of 7 from 3, 7 points, 5 rebounds, but I mean, really, that was just, I don't know. This team just they played well, but they just didn't do enough to get the W tonight, and that's just, it is what it is. I feel like you can live with this game more as far as look at how bad they played in the previous games. They've actually played well. Just not good enough to beat the Nuggets. Is it time to hit the panic button for the Kings? Absolutely. 12 of 20, 12 of 21 shooting. No, their record is 12 and 21. As I meant to say, 12 and 21 record for the Kings. Let's take a look at the standings here. Kings have fallen to 9, 10, 11, 12th in the West. It's honestly kind of sucks to say, but we are not that far off from being the worst team in the West. I mean, we're only 3.5 games back from the Kings. I don't see the Kings really putting anything together like that. I mean, the Warriors have been winning. I know the Warriors had a lot worse record like 5 games ago. They've just been like winning. You know, the last 10 games they're 4-6. So before that, they only had 5 wins 10 games ago. So you know they're kind of on a little stretch here. But I mean, 11. We only have one more win than Minnesota Timberwolves and the Pelicans, and they're the third and second to last. So it's definitely time to hit the panic button. Remember, I told you guys it wasn't. It is now. Nobody hits the panic button in the kingdom till I say so. That's how this works, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I would hit the panic button now if I was you guys. I'm hitting it for sure. Kings got to do something fast, man. It's getting out of control. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to change things. I don't know what there is to do. I don't know if they just ride it and hope that the team turns it around. I mean, because there's always a team every year that seems like... Let me put it back on me. There's always a team every year, you know, that... And Jeff says, I was afraid they were showcasing Giles for a possible trade. It's funny you say that because I thought the exact same thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I think Giles is as good as gone as far as the Kings go. I think the Kings probably think there's still question marks with Giles. In that they can, if they can package him in a trade and get a player that has no question marks, that's probably best. It would be what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're like, okay, Bagley is so raw. I think the Kings thought Bagley wasn't as raw as he is, and they thought, oh, Bagley's gonna be for sure a beast. Like we're not gonna really have to train him like hardcore. Like he's for sure gonna be like an animal. And now they're like, okay, Bagley is more raw than we thought he was. And now it's like, okay, well, now we gotta bring up Bagley and Giles at the same time. We're gonna be losing a lot of games if we do that. So I feel like they're like, okay, well, Bagley's more important, so we're cutting ties on Giles. I think that's what they're doing, which sucks because if you actually watch the game tonight, and I think Grant mentioned this in the commentary, Giles playing the high post offense actually opened up things a lot for the Kings. Playmaking wise, Giles is a good enough playmaker to where he can throw those passes. Giles has the high basketball IQ. He can make those plays that almost like Marc Gasol-esque for the Grizzlies back when Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph and all them were on the Grizzlies, and Dave Yeager ran a high post offense. He did the same thing with Boogie. Boogie had the IQ for it. Marc Gasol had the IQ for it. Willie Cauley-Stein didn't. And Rashawn Holmes. See, in order to play the high post offense, you kind of need to be a threat all the way around. You need to be able to shoot the ball. So, if you go to pass the ball and no one's there to pass to you, okay, well, you just shoot it. But Rashawn Holmes doesn't have a jump shot like that, so it's kind of difficult for him to pull it off. Although he can, and that's the thing. That's what I was talking about in the Suns review. They sometimes try to do it, like with him around the 3-point line. But if you're not a threat to shoot the ball, it's kind of pointless because it's pretty one-dimensional what you're going to do. So that's the thing. Harry Giles can shoot. He can play make. He can, drive to the basket. Harry Giles is pretty well-rounded, and I think he's going to be as good as gone for the Kings. I don't see him sticking around. I think this was probably for that they were showcasing Giles, but maybe not. I could be wrong. It's my opinion. So anyways, yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much it for this breakdown. I know it's kind of, maybe a little short, but what do we say at this point? I mean, we got seven L's in a row here. Let's go to schedule, I think. Yeah, no. Sacramento. What I was saying was there's always those teams every year that after the trade deadline, the last 30 games of the season, they go on a tear. There's always a team every year that does that. And maybe the Kings are that team, Who knows? But I don't see that happening. I just kind of don't. As far as, let me look at this. We got Hornets, Pacers, Grizzlies, Rockets, Timberwolves, Suns, Nuggets, all L's. I don't see us beating the Clippers. I don't see that happening. And, you know, spoiler alert, it will not happen. We're going to lose. And that's just, it is what it is at this point. I did want to check the box score, though, for the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic, 7 of 8 shooting, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. That is Nikola Jokic's best game he had against the Kings. And as you see right here in this little headline, Jokic, or this title of this video, Jokic drains fadeaway dagger. That did happen. He did have a fadeaway dagger on the Kings. Oh well. So yeah, guys. Overall, it's just not looking good. And it's time to hit the panic button. I don't even know necessarily what that means, though, because, you know, I've seen some people speculating on Twitter, like, Luke Walton's for sure not getting fired by Vlade. The only way Luke goes is if Vlade goes with him, I think. And maybe Vivek steps in and says, all right, enough of this. We're going to get a new regime in the front office and we're going to keep the talent. You know, because that hasn't really happened. Vivek hasn't really personally fired anybody that I know of. It's always been Vlade making these moves for the last, like, 5 years. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. It makes me a little nervous. I feel like we're going to trade Bogdan or Buddy. I feel like it's... If I had to bet money, I would say we're going to trade Bogdan. But the way Buddy has an attitude, maybe they decide to get rid of him instead, but I don't really know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'd say Dedmon, Giles, and Bogdan are probably going to be gone. And I don't want Bogdan to go, trust me. But someone's going to be the scapegoat here. It's going to have to be a player. I don't think it's going to be the coach. It's going to be a player. And I think it's going to be Bogdan, which is kind of a sad thing to talk about, but it is how I feel. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I was trying to be too depressing, but I don't think I did too good job of that. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown of this game. I know it's a little short, but it's an L. I got to go to bed. I'm tired. I got work in the morning. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Jeff, Goatman Sam, Acko6288. Thank you guys so much for joining in and talking with me throughout the stream here. Computer Booter, classic games, computer fixes, anything you need in that department, head over to Computer Booter. And Taboo Ohana Gaming Chairs is our other sponsor. Go check out their chairs. Just Google Taboo Ohana Gaming Chairs and you'll find them. And there's also a link in our description, obviously. Links for Computer Booter and Taboo Ohana both in our description. So if you guys enjoyed this, give it a like on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe to the Sacktown Breakdown YouTube channel. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And as far as the reviews go, for New Year's, I don't know if we're going to do one New Year's Eve because it's New Year's Eve. So it might be late, but I'm back. Skip's never left, but I'm back now. So here we go. We're here. And we're going to be covering the Kings all the way up until they don't make the playoffs, because that's what's going to happen. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you next one. Love you guys.